Hey everyone, welcome back to, oh my gosh, I have hair in my eye. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a reading on NCT former member Lucas. Oh my god, what is going on with my hair right now? I don't know what's happening. I'm excited for this reading. This was requested and I was already planning on doing this reading. So I'm really happy it was requested. So I know that other people are interested in it too. Yeah, I have a lot of feelings about the Lucas situation. I will not get into it because we'll be here for hours and hours and hours. I think that what happened to him was a little bit too fucking much. So that's my opinion, and you can hate on me if you want. That is fine. I do plan on doing like an investigative video essay, like re-looking at everything that he was accused of, and I have a friend that's gonna help me translate some of like the original like posts that are, you know, so I'm excited to deep dive into that. And you know, if I discover in that video essay that he's actually like a piece of shit and I change my opinion, that's fine too. I'm open to being wrong, so I'm not afraid to be wrong. Okay, so anyway, let's get into it. I think the question that was requested was like, what's coming next for Lucas's career? So we'll definitely get into that, but I'm going to start with the vibe. I want to see like what he's up to, how he's feeling. Yeah, so let's get into it. Ooh, my chest is heavy. How is Lucas feeling? Can you show me Lucas? Allegedly. All information in this video is alleged for entertainment purposes only. Very closed off. Very, very closed off. I didn't expect to pick up on something like this. I could be wrong. So I say this at the end of my videos all the time, but if you want me to do a reading on a K-pop idol, I will not read on their love lives. Just because these people lose careers over like holding hands with people or like looking at the opposite gender, and I'm not going to be a part of that. But this to me looks like someone who is absolutely terrified of falling in love, being in a relationship, and I did not expect to pick up on something like that. I thought this was going to be like career oriented. Maybe I didn't set intentions strong enough. This makes me kind of sad. I feel like his relationships, just like in general, he's lost a lot of trust. And I saw he just posted a vlog the other day. I need to go watch that. But I'm sure that he looks very, very happy on camera. But you can also see in like some of the new content that he has that he's very hesitant. I remember, I don't remember when this was exactly, but I think that, like Seoul Fashion Week or something like that. It was a while ago. But you could tell that he was like very, very like, he looked kind of scared. Like he was having paparazzi pictures being taken of him at this event, and he looked nervous. He looked nervous. He looked good, but he looked nervous. And I think he's very hesitant to really engage in the way that he used to. Lucas was known in NCT for being like a goofball. Like he was, oh my gosh, excuse me. I just like chugged a bunch of water and I'm like burping. But he was like a goofball. Goofy. Very, very funny. Just very, very cute. Made a lot of people laugh. And it kind of sucks to see him in this way. And whether or not you feel like he deserves it, that is up to you and that's your opinion. I'm just saying what I see. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles reverse, 3 of Pentacles reverse, Page of Cups reverse, and the Devil reverse. And overall, we have the Lovers and the Knight of Cups both in reverse. This is like rejecting any sort of relationship here. I think his friendships have taken a huge strain too. And it's not that his friends don't want to be there for him. I think he's just traumatized, allegedly. And that kind of makes sense because NCT members get a lot of flack when they've gotten a lot of flack when they've been seen out with Lucas. Like, you know, to get food or like they get obliterated in the media. Yeah. So I think his friendships have taken a strain too. Okay, Ace of Pentacles reverse, Three of Pentacles reverse. This is missed opportunities. I think he's also lost quite a bit of money. I don't know how that works. This is alleged. I don't know how that works. I don't know if he's had to pay for lawyers or if he's just like in a lot of debt, or I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of like his contracts or how he makes money. Three of Pentacles reverse is a lack of collaborations. So I think obviously there are people who still want to like work with him, and I'm sure there are companies who still want to like sponsor him, but the collaborations are not collaborating the way that they used to. And I think it's really, really hard for him to find people who want to like work with him and take him on. And it's upsetting. It's upsetting to see, because I just don't feel like it should be like this. The Page of Cups in the reverse is the message that never came. It's like people cutting off emotional communication from him, like not even wanting to like flirt, not even like romantically, but it's like people don't want to be associated. Does that make sense? Sorry, and I said flirting because I always get flirting from the Page of Cups. The shadow side, or the devil in the reverse, is releasing bad habits. So I think right now the vibe for Lucas is just starting from the ground up. I think he's coming to the realization that his career is never going to be the same. And I'm going to say for him what I've said for New Jeans and what I've said for Rise. I think that he's going to be a very, very important part in the transition of the K-pop industry. I think people are going to talk about him for a very, very long time. I think his situation is going to be used as an example for many, many years to come. So that's just my feeling. I'm going to be doing a really big reading on the K-pop industry when I come back from surgery. But yeah, I think that he's going to be able to tell his story. And I said the same thing for Rise. I said the same thing for New Jeans. So he's going to be able to tell his story eventually. He's also an Aquarius, and I say this all the time, but Aquarians get shit on a lot. And eventually they get their justice. It's kind of like a part of their soul contract to be shit on a lot. And then eventually like they get their justice. So anything else about Lucas and how he's feeling? Okay, I got these same cards for New Jeans. Yeah, okay. I'm trying really hard to make this about his career, and I just like, I can't. His relationships have taken a really huge strain. He feels very lonely to me. This to me feels like he really, really wants to like, not just fall in love, but he just wants to be loved. Not just by fans, but just like, he wants to go back to being able to embrace his friendships publicly. I'm sure he still hangs out with all the NCT members privately. There's no way that he doesn't do that. Like, and for anyone who's like, oh no, they don't do that. Shut up. Like, stop. Anyway, the ain't shit though, to me feels like he feels like nobody wants him. So I feel really bad. I feel like this is alleged. Gemini and Capricorn here. I feel really, really, really bad for him. If this is true. I could be wrong. Okay. Show me the current state of his career. Ooh, 8 of Cups. Okay, starting off strong. Starting over. I just got chills. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be okay. We're gonna see what's coming next for him, but he's gonna be okay. You know how I said that Aquarians always get shit on? And I'm pretty sure he's an Aquarius. I'm pretty sure he is. If he's not, then he's like, I think he's a Capricorn. But you know how I said that Aquarians always get shit on? Eventually they get their lick back. They don't even have to do anything. It kind of just happens. Like, they don't have to get revenge. It's going to be a minute. It's going to be a couple of years. And I think that he understands that. But he has plans. And I like them. If it's not set in stone, he has really big dreams. And I think that it's worth it for him to explore those dreams and to try to make that happen. I don't think as many people hate him as he thinks. I also plan on doing an investigative video essay on bots. And there was a bot farm, I can't remember where it was caught, but there was a bot farm that was, I think, raided or shut down or something. And that bot farm had 50 million bots. So the bots being, you know, people who, companies will hire the bot farms to send out comments and send out subscribers and stuff like that. I have a personal conspiracy theory that K-pop companies hire bots to bully their own idols. I don't know if SM is, I'm not accusing SM of doing that. But that's just like one of my conspiracy theories. I believe Korea is a very conservative country, and they're a lot more conservative than, you know, where I'm at in America. Yes. But I don't really believe that there are as many like crazy people as it seems, because like in K-pop, like idols will literally change their hair color and fans will be like, kick them out of the group. And I just don't believe that the majority of people feel that way in Korea. Do I believe that there are some really crazy Korean fans? Yes. Are there some crazy Chinese fans? Yes. Japanese fans? Yes. There are crazy fucking American fans too. The infamous Judy, okay, who broke into Jaehyun's hotel room. She was American. So they all exist, and they're in every single country. But I just don't believe that all Korean fans are sending this many hate comments, or all Chinese fans are sending this many hate comments. It just doesn't seem right to me. Something seems fishy. And sorry, and I'm tying that back here to say that I think Lucas kind of understands that. It's almost like when he's out and about in the real world. That's that 8 of Cups. This is walking away and starting something new. It's like when he's out in the real world, he doesn't... It's like he kind of looks around and he's like, oh, not everybody hates me. That's still butts heads with everything that he's been through, and like the PTSD of being through this entire scandal. Because I think he'll have these moments of like, oh, not everyone hates me. And then he'll remember that like nobody or a lot of people don't want to work with him, or he can't be seen out in public with other NCT members, and it kind of brings him down again. But he's in the process of really letting that go. 8 of Cups and the King of Cups. He's becoming a lot more emotionally intelligent through this whole process, and it's going to take him some time to get through it and really like jump into that confidence. But when that happens, this 10 of Pentacles is waiting for him. This is getting everything you could ever want. I see a very lucrative career for him. Yeah. Maybe he goes back home, you know, maybe he goes back to China. You know, maybe he goes back to China and he just embraces the Chinese entertainment industry. I don't know. But this is going to be a part of his legacy. I said the same thing for New Jeans. I said the same thing for Rise and Sunghan. This is going to be a part of his legacy. Do I think that Lucas is perfect? No. but there's a lot of injustice happening here. So, and this to me says that he's going to be rewarded for everything that was done to him, almost. The Page of Pentacles in the reverse is about networking. So if I were doing a reading for him, like if you were in front of my face, I would tell him, like, keep trying to network. Just keep working on your networking skills, and someone's going to say yes to you one day. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. The people who are scared of working with you are scared of just being judged by other people. And if he genuinely feels like he's innocent, or if he is innocent, like if he really truly is like innocent, the right people will come along and embrace him, and they'll kind of take the brunt of that criticism. But you know, people can't focus on one thing for very long. So overall, with the Nine of Pentacles reversed and the Moon reversed. So this is kind of where he struggles. Nine of Pentacles reversed is being dependent. I think he's still, I don't know how long his contract is with SM, but I think he's still dependent on whatever they have for him or whatever they want him to do. I don't think it's really possible for him to get out of that contract unless they let him go. And then the Moon in the reverse is like shadows coming up to the surface and secrets being revealed. So I think the more that time goes on, he discovers more about how the K-pop industry works, and he discovers more about how marketing works. I did not expect to pick up on this. So if you're like, this is like too deep, I just want to know what his next project is, I'm sorry. This is just where I'm going. But he's learning a lot about the marketing and like how idols are marketed and like why they're treated the way that they're treated. This is very Aquarian of him. I'm pretty sure he's an Aquarius. This is very Aquarian of him. So Aquarians are big picture people, and they're about community as well. So they like to zoom out and see the entire situation, and they like to look towards the future because they care about the development of society. And so even though Lucas needs to learn to be more present, allegedly, I think that that's something we could all work on. I think that he's really embracing that like Aquarian energy where he's like, okay, I'm starting to understand like why I went through this and why it happened the way that it did. And I think that he's learning a lot. I think I said the same thing about Sunghan too, just in like a different font. But I think he's learning a lot about the dark side of the K-pop industry first. I'm sure like as trainees, they probably see a lot of darkness too, but this is interesting. You know, not everyone goes through a big scandal like that. Not everyone gets kicked out of their group. So he's seeing a side that not a lot of people get to see. And even though he's still kind of tied to this company, I think he's really changing his perspective on the information that's being fed to him. Like he's almost using it as like, okay, here's what I will not do in the future. If I want to start my own company, if I want to do my own thing, here's what I won't do. Because this doesn't work very clearly, and this isn't right. So he's having his own little Aquarian moment. Is he in his Saturn return yet? How old is he? I don't know. Pisces energy here as well. Is he in his Saturn return yet? I don't know. Is he the same age as Mark? I don't know. I'm so sorry. I feel like he's the same age as Mark. I could be wrong. I tell you guys I'm a huge NCT fan, and I just like, I don't know every single detail about them, so I'm sorry. Okay. And what's coming next for his career? What's his next project? What's his next thing? Anything you guys want to tell us? Yeah. I'm going to keep that sideways. Okay. Ace of Cups reversed. The world coming out is a challenge. High Priestess, Knight of Pentacles. Okay. I do see like another solo project coming. I don't know if he's announced anything. I have no idea. I'm so sorry. I say I'm an NCT fan and then I don't know what's happening with Lucas. I'm sorry. Again, I'm only really locked into like one person right now. I'm locked into like everything Johnny's up to, and so I haven't really been. It's been hard to keep up with everybody else. Like I still have a couple of albums I need to listen to, so I eventually I get to it. But there's so many members in that group. It's hard to like. But I'm really excited for Johnny's like basketball thing because I played basketball growing up, so I'm like really excited for that and like. But anyway. Only so much room in my brain. I see a solo project coming. It feels really slow. I can't tell if it's music or if it's something else. Ace of Cups reverse is being insecure. The Ace of Cups reverse brings me back to that Nine of Pentacles reverse we just saw, which is like that codependency. This is not being able to fill up your own cup. And so I feel like a lot of his happiness and a lot of his like energy depends on like what kind of adventure SM is sending him on, allegedly. And so I feel like when he has nothing going on, it's kind of like, oh God, like he's kind of left with his own thoughts. But when he's like out working, like he feels good. He feels good. So, you know, when he's out, he's vlogging and he's, you know, flying to a different country, doing a little meet and greet. Like he feels really good doing that because it reminds him that people like don't fucking hate him, you know? The world coming out as a challenger that's having a hard time starting over and like starting something new. He is in the process of starting over and like building something from the ground up. It's just hard. It's hard because he still has ties to this entity and he doesn't really have a lot of say in what he does. At least it doesn't seem like it. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have staff members that really care about him. I'm sure, and I think, I don't remember if I said this in the Rise reading or the New Jeans reading, but they all, you know, we all have a lot of criticisms for these K-pop companies, but I am sure that every single group has, you know, a few staff members that they view as family and just like love, you know. That happens at every workplace. You know, you have like the big evil boss and then you have your coworkers who you're just like, you trauma bonded. So I think he has staff members that really do care about him and care about like taking care of him and making sure that like he's okay, which is really good. And I think we kind of saw a glimpse of that with his manager in the documentary that he released a couple years ago. That's insane that was a couple years ago. But yeah, he's having a hard time kind of like pushing forward. But if he was sitting in front of me and I was doing a personal reading for him, I would tell him one step at a time. One step at a time. You can take it day by day. You don't have to solve everything in one day, which is, that's very Aquarian of him. I think he wants to fix it all right now. And I don't think that that's the best idea. Just day by day. Day by day. We have the High Priestess and the Knight of Pentacles. He's learning how to trust himself again. And the Knight of Pentacles is about planting seeds for the future. So I'm getting two scenarios from this. This is a project that is coming and a project that like is taking a minute, or it's like in the works, or maybe they're talking about it. I don't know. But this is also him coming to the realization that if he wants to do something with his life, he can do it. It's just taking him a while to get there. The overall energy is where I am a little concerned. Ten of Swords reverse, that's recovering from a betrayal, and the Eight of Pentacles reverse is laziness. So I think that this to me looks like the company, like if the company gets any sort of backlash, allegedly, about his solo projects, like his projects feel very fragile to me. Like even if he's putting out good stuff, or he wants to put out good stuff, or like he's already recorded a bunch of stuff and it's like really high quality, if the fans don't want it, or if there's a bunch of like backlash, it feels so fragile. It feels like they'll just scrap it and then they'll wait another year, or they'll push it another year. So yeah, just that Nine of Pentacles reverse of being dependent on like what the company wants you to do. He doesn't really have a choice, you know, like he went through this huge scandal, he has a contract. He's going to have to do what they say for a little bit. Yes, he has people on his side. He has staff members that really care about him and want to see him succeed. But, you know, when we're talking about the big wigs and the people who are really in charge, like, they may go against what, you know, his personal staff members want for him. It's hard. Yeah, dodging bullets and looking you up. His projects are very dependent on how people are viewing him on the internet and how people are talking about him. You know, I've seen a really big shift in the last, I want to say 6 months to a year over Lucas. His scandal, I believe, happened back in 2020. So I've seen a really huge shift. A lot of people are like, man, what happened to Lucas was horrible for real. I've seen more comments like that. More and more and more. Whereas, you know, 5 years ago, people were like, Lucas, people were talking bad shit about him. You don't really see that anymore. So I hope that the company takes that into consideration. The feelings around Lucas are changing a lot. And I think people are starting to wake up and realize, like, this was not good. Or people who were afraid to speak up about how they felt are now speaking up. Me being one of them. Yeah. I've never talked about it on the internet because I've always been very, very scared of K-pop fans. I don't want to deal with the drama, and I still don't want to deal with the drama, but I've had a huge shift in like how I want to present myself and like how I feel about hate comments in the last couple of months due to like my health issues. I just don't really feel scared of anything anymore. And I just feel like if I feel something, I'm going to say it. And so I want to apologize to Lucas for not, you know, speaking up. I mean, I would talk about it like in my everyday life. I would be like, I don't think he's being treated, but I didn't say anything on the internet. Yeah. The sauce things are a problem. The sauce things are a problem. We need to stop bending to the will of sauce things. Fans have always been crazy in the K-pop industry. Fans have always been insane. Obviously not every fan. I'm talking about like, you know, the ones that are like breaking into houses but with the rise of social media, it's made parasocial relationships even worse, and companies are so dependent on the perception of their idols, and it's not good. It's not good. That needs to fucking change. Okay. What is Lucas's true purpose in the K-pop industry? Oh. Making sure it's still recording. Three of Swords reverse, Four of Cups reverse, Page of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Lucas is going to be used as an example of be careful who you listen to. Right, if you're not familiar with the Lucas situation, it was discovered or revealed towards the tail end of his scandal. The tail end, I learned about everything after that. I didn't get into NCT until around 2023, like beginning of 2023. I knew about the Lucas situation just because I was a very casual consumer of K-pop, but I had a breakup and I like needed to dive into my hobbies, and K-pop was one of those things. So NCT was caught in the crossfire of that. So I realized that like towards the tail end, and if I'm wrong, correct me, but towards the tail end of his scandal, it was revealed that Asasang kind of manufactured a lot of this. And Asasang is an obsessive fan they're stalkers. Let's call them for what they are. They're stalkers. So he's going to be used as an example of like, be careful who you listen to. Be careful who you fucking listen to. And be careful be careful about what you say on the internet. Like, people were tearing him apart, and they still kind of tear him apart sometimes. And it's not fair, not always. Three Swords reverse is recovering from heartbreak. Four of Cups in the reverse is needing to be more present. Page of Cups is that emotional communication, and the Seven of Pentacles is investments. This is also looking back on what happened and like taking stock. What worked, what didn't. Overall, we have the Death card in the reverse and the Queen of Pentacles reverse. Transformation, embracing transformation, and getting priorities straight. Lucas is going to be a very big example when it comes to specifically social media. And I want to go out on a limb and say saucing, something having to do with saucings, because I keep bringing them up. What did I just fucking say? Stop. Stop. Is this still... Stop. Are you fucking serious? You guys saw me shuffle back. Stop. Stalker. You guys fucking saw that. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop. Stalker, lurking online, still checking your stories, obsession, screenshot, caught in 4K, saving receipts, facts over feelings. If Lucas, I'm getting chills. Lucas, if you're watching this, I don't know if you would ever see this. If you're seeing this, I'm letting you know right now that at some point, even if you were a bad boyfriend and you were cheating on your girlfriend, well, you know, whatever part of the rumors were, even if you were a shitty boyfriend, there are a lot of things that happened to you that you didn't deserve. I don't condone cheating or anything like that, but I also am like, Lucas was a dude in his early 20s. I don't really know any men in their early 20s who don't cheat, so I don't... Mina Lay did a really, really great video essay on, I think she called it The Spectacle of Cheating. I think I'm wrong. It's something, The Spectacle of Cheating. It was a really good video essay on that, and how, how society views cheating and stuff like that. Again, I don't condone cheating, but as someone who's been cheated on multiple times by multiple people, I don't wish death upon my exes. And that is something that happened to Lucas, okay? So, Lucas, your legacy is going to be how you survived someone manufacturing one of the worst hate campaigns, and eventually people are going to really, really admire you and respect you. And I genuinely do believe that you are going to start getting those collaborations. You're going to be able to put out the music that you want to put out, you know, whether that's under SM or somebody else, I don't know. But you're going to be able to go out in public with your friends. You're going to be able to go out in public with whoever the love of your life is or ends up being. I believe that for all idols, honestly, because this kind of environment isn't going to last. But you're going to be able to do the things that you want to do. Right now, it's a little bit rough and it's a little bit murky, but you survived, and that's going to be very, very important for later. So embrace your Aquarian energy. I'm pretty sure you're an Aquarius. Whoever did this to you with Stalker and Screenshot, whoever did this to you is going to get their fucking ass beat karmically. They're not going, this isn't going to end well for them. So that's what I would tell him if he was in front of my face. Everything's going to be fine. It's rough right now. It's rough right now, and it's uncertain. But if he keeps his head up and he keeps pushing, yeah, his legacy is going to be, it's gonna be noteworthy, and we're gonna see a documentary. We're gonna see a documentary from him someday. So, and I hope he tells his story someday. I hope he gets to. But that's what I have for you guys. I hope that that helped. If you want to go check out my readings that I did on Rise and New Jeans, please go check those out. I also have a couple of video essays on my personal YouTube. I did disposability culture in K-pop, where I actually did talk about Lucas a lot. I talk about other things on that channel. I do plan on doing like an investigative video essay on Lucas, just kind of revisiting his whole situation and putting the pieces together. Because again, I kind of learned about everything after the fact and like through Reddit. And so I wanna do the investigation for myself and then kind of share with you guys what I found. And so that probably will not happen until I'm done with surgery. But yeah, this was a bittersweet reading. I feel really bad for him, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Anyways, love you guys so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye.